All right, welcome back, everybody. We are diving deep today into a finale that honestly left me kind of speechless. The Enemy of the Raised Hand. It's the big climax of season 1 of Dune. Prophecy. We've got, let me see here. Yeah, we've got recaps, analyses, even some of those crazy fan theories. Yeah. Ready to break it all down.
It's wild what happened, but it's not just the events, it's what it all means. We got secret family lines, a plague that's, well, more than just a disease, an empire that's like teetering on the edge.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The Bene Gesserit, those masters of, well, manipulation, right? They're usually steps ahead of everyone else, but even they didn't see this coming. Tula Harkonnen and a secret son, Desmond. That's a twist I did not expect.
And this is not like a soap opera, even though it kind of feels like it. Okay, so for those who haven't really dug into Dune, the Bene Gesserit spend centuries, literally centuries, controlling bloodlines, trying to, shape the future of humanity, which is ambitious to say the least. They think they're the good guys, but their methods, not so much. Tula, hiding her son Desmond, throws a wrench into the whole thing.
A big wrench. And this Desmond, he isn't just some random kid. Genetically enhanced connection to a thinking machine. And in the world of Dune, thinking machines, that's like forbidden tech, right? Left over from some ancient war that almost destroyed everything.
Yeah, like imagine our worst AI fears, but like centuries ago. That's the baggage Desmond's carrying around. A reminder of this terrifying past. Just his existence could start that whole war up again.
Oh, for sure. You see that rage, the resentment when he unleashes that plague. And it's more than a bioweapon, right? It's like feeding on fear, making all that chaos in the Empire even worse.
Way worse. Yeah. That plague, it's a symbol, but also like a catalyst. It's Desmond's pain, but it's also pushing the whole Empire closer to, well, collapse.
Talking about the Empire, Emperor Vico Carino, dramatic exit. To say the least, suicide doesn't just leave a power vacuum. It's like the whole idea of stability just shatters.
Totally. Reminded me of those historical collapses. King dies, suddenly everyone's fighting over who's in charge, who's legit. The whole system is at risk.
Wow. And now, Valya Harkonnen, Tula's sister. She's making moves, escapes with Yanez, the Emperor's daughter, and Kieran Atreides, her protector, off to Arrakis.
That's the spice planet, right?
The spice planet.
Yeah.
Most valuable in the whole Dune universe. Whoever controls the spice, they control space travel, trade, even politics. It's a power play by Valya, for sure. But is she trying to help Yanez or just use her?
Ooh, good question. But they might find answers about Desmond on Arrakis too, right? His connection to those machines. Is Valya trying to get control of him, maybe? His powers?
Well, the Bene Gesserit love control. That's their thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. While they're trying to run the show, they've got their own problems, like a crisis of faith.
Right. Young Bene Gesserit, Leela, starts having these visions, memories from the past, a Reverend Mother Raquella, and it's dark stuff, like mass executions, brutal punishments. It makes you wonder if the Bene Gesserit are really the good guys they say they are.
Right. They like to operate in the shadows, ends justify the means, all that.
Right.
But Leela's visions, their history is a lot more brutal than they let on. So let's see, we've got power up for grabs in the Empire. A rogue Bene Gesserit with, well, basically a weapon of mass destruction, and the sisterhood falling apart. Is this all connected or what?
It's like the foundations are crumbling. That's what makes this finale, The Enemy of the Raised Hand, so intense. It's not an ending. It's just the start of something huge changing in the whole Dune universe.
Yeah, it really feels like, I don't know, tectonic plates or something. Shifting. All this instability. It makes you wonder who's going to come out on top, right? And what'll be left when the dust settles.
It really does. Like anyone could grab power. Or the whole thing would just fall apart. But Valya, she's really interesting to me, taking Yanez to Arrakis like that.
Oh, yeah. Totally a power move. But she's desperate, too, Her sister, Tula, is gone. She's on thin ice with the Bene Gesserit. Trying to hold on, but it's slipping away.
So she's using Yanez, the Emperor's daughter, just a pawn in her game. Makes you think. Even those who seem powerful, someone's pulling her strings. It's like historical parallels, right? Young monarchs taking over during a crisis, suddenly in charge, but really they got advisors, manipulators. Yanez is in that spot now, with Valya whispering in her ear. Is it guidance, or is it just using her? We'll see.
And then there's Kieran Atreides, her sworn protector. Their relationship, it's like there's duty, but there's also something else there. Attraction, maybe?
Classic, right? The honorable warrior and the lady he's got to protect. But in Dune, love is never simple. He doesn't trust Valya, sees how she's using Yanez. Definitely going to cause some friction there.
Friction, for sure. And we can't forget about Desmond, that thinking machine connection. Super dangerous, right? But he's also a victim here. The Bene Gesserit, messed with him.
A walking contradiction, basically.
Yeah.
Weapon and victim both. Makes you think about the ethics of all that genetic engineering stuff. How far is too far when you're changing people, and who gets to decide that?
This isn't just sci-fi, it's relevant, right? Like, gene editing is getting so advanced so fast.
Exactly. Dune. Prophecy makes you think about that stuff even while you're watching all the drama unfold. And speaking of drama, that plague Desmond unleashed, it's causing major chaos. What's his endgame, I wonder?
Oh, definitely wondering about that. Revenge, for sure, right? Abandoned, used. But the thinking machines had another layer. Is he trying to change things? Humans and machines coexisting, maybe? Or just blow everything up? Makes you think about those machines in general. They're like this silent threat, you know? From the Dune lore, we know they're incredibly powerful. Humanity barely survived them the first time.
Yeah, it's like that saying, we create our own demons. Or in this case, our own robots, human ingenuity, but also like our own potential self-destruction.
And now we've got Desmond, a human linked to them. Could he be, I don't know, a bridge between those worlds? Or is it going to be another war?
It's terrifying to think about. The stakes in Dune, prophecy, just keep getting higher. This isn't just politics. It's about whether humanity survives. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at all. Okay, so we've got the fight for the throne, the Bene Gesserit falling apart, thinking machines as a looming threat. A lot to keep track of. But honestly, the world building in Dune, prophecy, just blows me away.
It's so well done. The creators took Frank Herbert's world and added even more. The history, the culture, even like the ecology. Arrakis. It's not just a desert. It's a whole ecosystem, dangerous and amazing at the same time.
And the visuals, the costumes, the sets, everything feels real.
Yeah.
You really get a sense of the scale, how huge this universe is, all the different cultures.
It's more than visuals, though. The spice trade affects the environment. It's got religious significance, political machinations. Everything's connected, and it's believable.
Oh, and the music. Don't even get me started. Haunting, beautiful, so much emotion.
Yeah, for sure. Orchestral, but with futuristic electronic stuff, too.
Yeah.
Captures the scope. But also the characters, their struggles. It deserves its own deep dive, honestly.
Maybe someday. But for now, let's get back to those characters. We've talked Valia, Desmond, Yanez, but there are a lot of other players here.
Natalia, the Emperor's widow, she's going for power, no doubt about it. And Constantine, the Emperor's son, he's a wild card. Everyone's got their own goals, secrets, ambitions. Makes it really interesting.
Like a chess game, right? Every move has consequences that change the whole board. And we're watching, trying to figure out what those moves mean, what everyone's going to do next.
That's what makes Dune prophecy so good. It's not just spectacle, it's the human drama, the moral choices.
And it makes you think about our world too, right? Ambition, the ethics of technology, how to balance what we want with what's good for everyone. It's not just sci-fi, it's about us.
Exactly. It's a story that sticks with you. And it leaves you wanting more, which is a good sign.
Definitely wanting more. Okay, so as we head into season 2, what are some big themes, big questions you think they'll explore?
Well, the Bene Gesserit, Leela's visions changed everything. Are they going to change too? Or will they just try to hold on to power even more?
And what about Desmond? Will he just be angry, a weapon? Or is there a chance he could find some peace, some redemption?
His story is interesting because it challenges our own prejudices, right? We're scared of thinking machines, but we see Desmond's human side. Makes you think about the whole conflict differently.
And the Empire. What's going to happen? New ruler, new chaos, or something completely new?
Yeah, resilience. Can this whole system, spice, control, all that, can it actually change? Or will it just break apart and something new takes over?
Makes you think about, I don't know, our own world, systems we depend on. When things get disrupted, what happens? Do we cling to the old ways or try something new?
Dune prophecy doesn't really give you answers, but it makes you ask the questions, right? And that's what's good about it. It's not just like entertainment. It's reflecting our own hopes, our anxieties about the future.
For sure. One thing I keep coming back to is ambition. Uncontrolled ambition. Valia, Desmond, even Natalia, just grabbing for power. What are they willing to sacrifice for it, you know?
It's like that saying, power corrupts. It can be good, bad, and the line between them is, well, blurry. The show doesn't shy away from the consequences. Betrayal, violence, losing trust. It's all there.
And it's not just individuals, right? Whole institutions, like the Bene Gesserit, they get corrupted by power, too. They think they're doing good, but their methods are pretty messed up.
It makes you think, who decides what's good for everyone? Can a small group, even if they mean well, can they really guide humanity? Or is it dangerous to give them that much power?
That's a question that keeps coming up throughout history. Religions, governments, corporations. Wanting power, it can be really seductive. But it often comes at the cost of freedom, individual choice.
Right. Which brings us to another big theme, what we want versus what's good for everyone. Lots of characters in Dune, Prophecy, are caught in that struggle.
Valia is a good example. Wants to protect humanity, but she causes a lot of pain along the way. Hero, villain. The show doesn't make it easy, and that's why she's so interesting.
It's that classic question, do the ends justify the means? Philosophers have been debating that forever, and Dune, Prophecy, brings it to life.
Definitely. And it's not just Valia. Kieran, he's got duty, but also love for Yanez.
Yeah.
Desmond, he's got anger, but also wants to connect with people. Even the Emperor, he was struggling with the weight of leadership, making those tough choices.
It's like even with spaceships and advanced tech, we're still driven by the same things, right? Love, power, belonging. Our choices matter, they have consequences, and we got to deal with that.
So looking ahead to season 2, I think we're going to see these themes even more. The characters dealing with what happened, their choices shaping the future of this whole universe.
What happens to the Bene Gesserit? That's a big one for me. Will they face their past, change, or just try to control everything even harder?
And the thinking machines. Still background threat, or will they become, active in all this? Desmond's connection to them, it could go so many ways. Scary, hopeful.
Dune, Prophecy gave us this amazing world, dangerous, full of wonder, makes you think about humanity's place in it all. I can't wait to see what's next.
Me neither. This deep dive, it's been great. We've covered so much. Thanks to you all, our listeners, for sharing your sources, getting us thinking about all this.
It reminds you, even in a world that's crazy, complicated, there's always something new to learn, something to think about, something that makes you curious, makes you question things.
Absolutely. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, keep diving deep. Who knows what we'll find next?